a divine masculine collective. I'm hearing the word willpower. I'm seeing the colour blue, which is throat chakra. You could have a blue candle. You could be wearing the colour blue as you watch this. You could have blue eyes. I'm also seeing an anchor. An anchor is, of course, the grounded safety of the masculine, okay? Eight of Swords. Something you're not seeing through, you haven't. Some kind of conflict here. Five of Swords. It's almost like an internal battle that you're stuck in. Strength. Okay. Nine of Swords. There's something you've just come through. You've been through, you're going towards the end, so you're cycling something out for sure. The Nine of Wands. It's not been easy, but it's giving you the strength that you needed. You're now on this new path where you can bring in some kind of balance around you. Specifically could be towards somebody. Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, okay? But there's definitely a situation you want to bring balance to. It's something that you feel like there hasn't been clarity in. Ten of Swords, Judgment. There's something cycling out for you, and it's been a really dark period. I'm hearing even specifically 10 years, or since you were the age of 12. 10. Interesting. Page of Pentacles. You could still be dealing with substance, issues, that kind of thing, There is something that has potential here. You want to bring, there's this Ace of Pentacles, so you want to close out whatever this kind of conflict is, it feels like. It's like you want to bring it some, like peace. I'm seeing a courtroom for some reason. Okay, Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So there's a lot you've had to think about. Six of Cups, yeah, and that's come out with the Six of Pentacles as well. So that is a past situation that you want to bring balance to right now. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck as well. I think that you've had to gain a lot of strength in knowing that you are your own safe space before you could ever bring it to anyone else. And I think that because you were stuck in this kind of energy of, I'm hearing intoxication, so specifically, yes, substances, but also kind of the mind wasn't clear. It was trapped in illusion is what I'm hearing. In a state of existence where you wanted to, I've heard ignore specifically, the warning signs, Three of Cups there, and the Five of Wands, yeah. You've had some serious awakenings when it comes to people around you. And also situations that, a lot of third party energies you've had to be in. You've had a lot of jealousy around you. I think that you were in a situation where you were put as a third person. And I think that it kind of knocks your confidence. Got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well. It's kind of like you stop seeing the passion within you. King of Wands, just as I said, passion, King of Wands. And the Hermit, yeah. And you hermited. You went away, you kind of secluded into yourself. I'm hearing that you were caught up in a third-party situation, but it was in order for the kind of the shock tower to your soul that you needed to awaken from whatever you were stuck in, this Ten of Swords cycle that you were just too afraid, I'm hearing, to actually approach. Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups. So we're going from Nine of Wands to Nine of Cups. You've really been thinking about something, and look who's at the bottom, the Empress. So there's definitely somebody on your mind. Empress energy, you see her as this feminine, it's a divine feminine energy. Again, energy is not genders, okay? You see this divine feminine energy, and she's kind of, I've heard awoken your heart specifically to the possibility of what you can have outside of you, which is really interesting. It's not easy to awaken your heart by the looks of this. You've kind of avoided the hurt for a long time because you've been sitting in the hurt of the past, right? But this is what you've been clearing through. The Emperor and the Ten of Wands. So this is it. You need to step into your divine masculine energy in order to clear out this. There's like these, it's so heavy. You've got this Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands now. That's come out in that column. But guess what we've got here? The Fool. So you know what? When I say completion, because 10s are completion, 9 is closing it out, right? 10 is actually, we're ready for a new cycle now. So that darkness gone from the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. Then you have the 10 of Swords. You've really been healing through, I think I've heard excavation. Is that how you say it? You know, when you excavate, you know, like archaeologists, like they go really deep within, but it's like you've done that within yourself, if that makes sense. Maybe you're into archaeology. Oh my gosh. Wow. There's that throat chakra. You're ready for this new beginning. That's for sure. Judgment and the Fool. You've really been removing the ego. Honestly, the trapped in energy of that ego in your own mind state and in everything that you were doing outside of you. You were barely touching your potential, truly. And it's kind of, and you were so, I feel like you were pulled down by that kind of energy that was trapped actually internally. You're recognizing how it's been within you. So now you're clearing through that, stepping into the Emperor energy, because whatever happened in the past, I have a feeling with that Empress that was just coming through, you want to bring it some kind of balance. Six of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. You're thinking and you're nostalgic. You've thought about it a lot, basically. And that's what's been helping you to step into this beautiful Emperor energy now. And you're getting prepared to take this leap of faith right now. I think there's just something about, it's like gathering the strength to bring in the clarity outside of you now, because you found that within. The Hanged Man, exactly. There's been something on pause. Healing, the Star. You've been asking for miracle. I feel like you've been praying for a miracle is what's come through there. There's been a lot you've had to handle during this time, which makes sense. Divine Masculine energy has to. Okay, Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. Yeah, this is that's not Emperor energy. That's very yeah, Seven of Swords, exactly. And then Justice peeking out there as well. You've had to handle a lot of kind of facing your own, I feel like misuse of your own energy, okay, specifically. But that's the kind of chapter you're closing out with the World here as well, okay. So, let's see. I mean, you've got pretty big cards here, but you're releasing it right now. There's this like, letting go, accepting, you're kind of processing through that, accepting it, acknowledging it, releasing it, letting go. It's kind of like a grieving process, but it's like you're not avoiding that anymore, is what I feel like, because there's been a lot in the past, especially there must have been a feminine energy that's coming through here as well that you've had to deal with. It could be a mother, okay, Queen of Swords, definitely. Something to do with that Queen of Swords, that you are closing out the last bits. And actually, you've not made this known to anyone outside of you, but as a result of you handling this situation and healing through this, you're actually awakening your own intuition. You're activating yourself to that beautiful inner divine feminine energy, which is what's going to help you to really begin to trust that intuition. And that's where that leap of faith will come through, okay? Yeah, because you're in indecision right now. There's still this kind of past weighing on you kind of thing, the Devil. And now this is where you are learning so much, Page of Swords. So yes, you want to step into the Emperor role, but you're taking it bit by bit, and the Empress under that Page of Swords. You could be watching the feminine energy online, who the person that you're kind of is helping you to feel more fueled and motivated towards this, right? But there is kind of this healing through this betrayal energy. The way you acted, there could be a child involved as well. It's divine justice. It's like you're having to take accountability for wherever the situation is that you kept yourself in, from a very like Page energy that's really, you know, inner child, very, I'm hearing the word immature specifically. That's an Emperor, okay? But it feels like it was a really unhealthy, a karmic connection actually. So clearly it awakened you had to, but you were just repeating unhealthy cycles. I do feel like this was something to do with your addictions. I will say this. There's also something about energy coming through there as well, specifically true love. But this is your focus now. This is what's motivating you. I think that you are understanding the difference between different connections as well. You deserve love. You're recognizing how much you're worthy of that, regardless of who and what outside of you. You within yourself are lovable. Yeah, it's like you're understanding the innocence of your inner child. Love your self-worth. So much is coming through here about your self-worth right now. You're really gathering that self-worth, but in doing so, you're handling kind of the emotions that come with everything that's gone before. You recognize your self-worth before you were in your integrity, okay? Honeymoon. You might be away. Deception. You have been wearing false masks, I will say that, because it makes sense. You've got wedding as well. You know that you can't, I think that you might have been brought up around kind of unhealthy connections, maybe your parents or whatever it is, that didn't really depict to you what a healthy kind of marriage specifically is. That might be on your mind, something on your mind as well, actually. Express your love. You're learning how to speak your truth, communicate with love, release your ex, reconciliation. The only time that you can reconcile with this Empress energy is once you fully release this, and you know this. That's why you're doing the digging. You're really going inwards, so you can truly express your truth, yourself, and enter this new love, because that's come out after release your ex. Once that's done, you can finally come through with this new love. And this is kind of lessons that you're having to learn, because I feel like I'm feeling this kind of like aggravation that, gosh, why is it still lingering? But what you don't understand is that Empress herself has very likely gone through that cycle herself, okay? But again, you're having to handle this now. You're going to do it properly this time is what I'm kind of getting here. You're learning new information. Free yourself wanted to come out then. You're learning new information. You're doing things differently. Pay attention to the red flags. You're paying attention. You're recognizing whenever your own energy is pulled on, but whenever others want to kind of pull you away is what I'm hearing. And you're seeing the red flags in others outside of you that I think before you've ignored, or you've allowed yourself to kind of, because you weren't addressing the shadow in the mirror, you were kind of allowing external energies to feed on that shadow, but you didn't see it like that. But now you're beginning to understand it's not just about this chemical reaction, right, that happens, because that's where you get into trouble. Okay, we've got very soon, trust. So it's how I feel like this might be coming in sooner than you and certainly this Empress realise, which is good. I think that you're being fueled more by your heart now, but there is, like I said, there's still this kind of energy of these remnants that are keeping you in like the past and wanting to move forward, but you keep getting pulled because of the things that still need to be healed through the past, releasing those energies. Work through your fears. So it could have something to do with just simply energy. It might not even be like in your physical realities, the energy. Luck is on your side right now. Divine is really trying to support you through this. So whenever notice how you're getting, it's a kind of like you're getting the right symbols, the right signs, the right things are happening in the right time for you. So pay attention to that and kind of honor that is what I'm hearing. Your dreams need a practical plan. You're the one who right now is creating the right environment outside of you and within yourself to welcome in whatever this is. Look at the bigger picture. Meditate and contemplate. I think that you might be too stuck upon smaller details. You might expect other people to be as well, but actually there's been something much bigger going on here, right? So you don't need to hold resentment in your heart is what I'm hearing. What do you need to release? I feel like there might be resentment there. That needs to be released from your soul so that you can come into this win-win outcome from a healthy space. You know what I mean? Like you're bringing your healthy divine self, and you've understood that these cycles needed to happen, and you have taken on board the lessons. That's the difference. You are good enough. Again, you're lovable. You're good enough for this. Anyway, which way you were believed you're not, that's in the past, and that needs to happen to heal you through whatever soul lessons you've been going through. They were all part of your soul contract, your soul agreement, right? Don't let pride get in the way. Yeah, I think sometimes it's that, being scared of being rejected or just things not going the way you want them to. But it's not about that now. It's about you really honouring the divine guidance you're being given and bring love into the situation regardless of what happens moving forwards. Understand that everyone really and truly plays a part in this journey, and they have on your journey regardless of what it's been. The energy is gaining momentum for this forward movement. But first of all, you need to kind of lovingly release the past. The past doesn't need to be sticking around for you to do that. I've said it before, it's the forgiveness is more about you releasing the resentment from your soul, preventing you from really bettering yourself instead of holding on to this kind of wanting revenge or whatever outside of you. You don't need to. It's not about letting someone off what they did. It's about you recognizing you are worthy of receiving the love that you do deserve, which means you get to detach from all that now. You get to understand it, heal it, move on from it, right? Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. So whatever it is that you want to move towards, that's fueling you, motivating you right now. Keep it, focus on that. Yeah, focus. Because that's going to help you step into your heart space more is what I'm hearing as well. This is your life's purpose. This is your life's purpose. I feel like you might have questioned that a lot. a favourable outcome. Romance angels are helping you. Go forward fearlessly sticking up there as well. I think that you've questioned whether you're on the right path, or even if you've known you're on the right path, it's kind of been one of those things where I feel like you're more motivated now to stay in that kind of divine alignment. You want to be doing what your soul is here to do. Admit the truth and act accordingly. Believe and trust. So I feel like this has something to do with you expressing your truth as well, actually, guarded and protected. So whatever your life's purpose is, and I feel like that has something to do with this connection that was coming through as well with the Empress. It's divinely protected, okay? A favourable outcome, that's a really beautiful card. And it's come out with it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. So if you feel like there's going to be some kind of negative consequences or whatever, and that's what's keeping you stuck in this kind of backwards and forwards, you need to release that. You need to recognise how much power you have within yourself as well. Untrust your feelings. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. You have so much power within yourself to really create your reality. It's not even funny. And it's time for you to start to access that really and believe in that, because in the past it might have been kind of motivated from a more unhealthy space, but not anymore. Focus on divine and perfect health. So you could be looking after your health right now. I did see that anchor for a reason. Maybe you're lifting weights. Maybe you're kind of strengthening your physical body. But also the internal as well, okay? Innocence. Whatever situation this is, you did have the Justice card come out as well, and I did say I was seeing a courtroom. There's this innocence card for a reason. Also, you reconnecting to your innocence, I think with the masculine energy specifically, it's easy to kind of forget that. And forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. You know, prayer will help the situation. There's something serious about who someone has made you believe, or some situation has made you believe something that's just not true. Maybe you experienced something and it was just this unhealthy situation that you ended up staying in, and you're on a divine journey. And kind of you do have to face the darkness outside of you too, and in order to understand the darkness that does exist sometimes. And it feels like that's something that you've had to really do. I just feel like there's something to do with the deception card, or the ex that is still weighing on you. Know that you've done nothing wrong. You know it in your heart of hearts already. I mean, this is just guidance once again, you know, and also this is something that the energies that I picked up earlier about who this message is for, be really sure to pay attention to that so that you know this is definitely for you. But yeah, there is prayer. Remember, connect to divine right now. It's really needed. So you can heal through this, and you can really hold faith in that beautiful divine guidance and divine protection that is here, guided and protected, okay? Look after you. Do something that your inner child would love as well is what's coming through. But very soon there is some kind of improvement here, okay? And it's all about you finally knowing your worth, okay? Sending so much love.